Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I thought I'll show you this. That's right, I said I'd do it and I'm a man of my word. The second Karate Kid. The one thing I like about the second Karate Kid is they've actually kept the original art cover. That's right, they've kept the original art cover. Why did they not do that with the fucking original? But I like the Karate Kid too. I like it. Now, I do admit that at the end of the day, I felt that the original was just better as a standalone film. It was better, but as we know, money talks, and there was demand to make a second Karate Kid film 2 years later, that being, of course, Karate Kid 2. And back in the day, there was an actual making. Now, I do actually like the DVD in this, because the DVD does actually have an original making, behind the scene footage. But the only thing it doesn't have, apart from the original trailers, it doesn't have the original music video. And let's not forget the original iconic music video, I will fight for your honor. I didn't beat in the millions of all. The famous song, Fight for Your Honor. And I love the song to it. I love it. Just bear with me, please. But I do love. Sorry about that, my little dog was barking downstairs, but where was I? Yeah, I love the song of it, Fight for Your Honour. Now, the opening's those bits from the original, break the leg and all that. But I do actually like the scene because the one who's the bully, the karate teacher who's the bully, he didn't like the idea, he spat his dummy out, he almost batters the bully, and he goes for Mr. Biscuit. Mr. Biscuit sticks up for the fucking bully. Sticks up for him, even he thinks that this cheats as a bully. So the guy who's the bully goes and tries to swap Mr. Biscuit, and he accidentally cuts his hands, because what he does was he backs off, he hits him into a car window, hits his other hand, cuts both of his hands, and you think Mr. Biscuit is going to kill him. You think he's going to kill him. He goes his hand like that, and then he does this, gets his nose, just goes beep on his nose, and it was laughable. It was laughable. See, that's why I never achieved with Karate Kid 3 when you got the buddy, the cheatser, that is, the Karate cheatser, making a comeback in the third one. He got his berserks in this. In my eyes, he got his berserks in it, so I just didn't think it was needed to bring his character back. He was a bully. He cut his hands. He went beep beep on his nose. End of story. There's bits in it here and there where Arista brought back Arista plus Sue. I've got a name now. Arista plus Sue from the first Karate Kid. Now, I'm not sure whether she was doing another film at the time or they just couldn't be bothered to ask her. Because I felt the sort of she's had Elizabeth Sue, plays the role as Samuelson's girlfriend, in the scene where, or even the mum. Because the story goes that he now goes to China, he goes to Japan, because Mr. Biscuit's dad has sadly passed away. And I'm thinking, his dad? Mr. Biscuit is an old man, so how old is his fucking dad? Is his dad like 100 and something? But yeah, his dad has passed away, and Mr. Biscuit, he asks his general, he asks him to go to Japan to pay his respects. He helped him out in dealing with his bullies, so he says, yeah, okay, I'll do it. And I mean, I like that. It's in this, to me, the play's more of a fence-up in this than did in the original, and the art is still there. But family matters. If I don't remember now, I think it's Mr. Biscuit's brother. There's a family issue to do with the wife. He feels like he stole his wife, and he starred his honour, as it's saying in the song, I will fight for your honour, and it's the honour and all that, and the brother doesn't get along with him. His brother, they have issues. They get along because the father passes away, but you can tell there's no love loss. He hates him. Wipe some baldy off my nose, but yeah, he hates him at the time. And he has a son who's Chinese, and he's sort of like his bully. So the son of his brother has it in for him because he likes the Chinese stuff. It's all in China. And let's not forget the iconic scene where they pick on him and they make him whack these big ice tubes. Now, I do know in the original Karate Kid they did it with bottles. I forgot to say that. They had bottles of beer, and Miss Biscuit, he twatted these bottles of beer. They do it in the ice tubes, and I think there's a bit in the back actually of that. Yeah, there's a bit here. No, I think that's the scene where he fights with him. But there's a scene where he's going to fight these ice tubes, and he looks at these breaks the ice tubes. He said, Mr. Soti, I can't do it, I can't do it. And he does, he breaks the ice tubes. It does show a lot of the culture of Japan and all the beauty of Japan, you know, the different cultures and that. And there's a scene in it where he's going to make out with the Chinese there. They're going to have the Chinese soup. I think it's soup or time, mate. Oh, it's soup, that's there. Oh, no, it weren't. I remember now. So he makes like a Chinese cup of tea. And long below, they have like an earth tea or another tea. And his buffer gets trapped because there's a lot of that. He's a big businessman, and basically his buffer's being a dick with him. So bear with me one moment. As you know, we've got a little noisy chihuahua, never shuts up. But yeah, so yeah, you know, they've had issues, and then like I say, his buffer, Mr. Biscuit, his buffer ends up stuck, and this big building's falling on him. I think it's a tea accident, and his son just runs off. His son, who's the buddy, runs off, but Mr. Biscuit, he saves him. So brotherly love, they make the differences, and they become the best of friends. So basically, even though he's a bit of a dick, Mr. Biscuit, his buffer, he still has a good mate, so his son basically is a shitbag and a scumbag. Because of the Chinese do they've got with Daniel's son, they're going to have this celebration that they've got to there for, and the bully gets hold of the dirt, has a knife to the throat because he's a shitbag. Daniel says, right, we'll have a fight. So they have a big fight, and it's right here, the bit of someone in the back. They have this epic fight. You think Daniel is going to get the shit kicked out of him, but Daniel gets the better. It's and I love the drum things they have. I did actually have one, but I can't remember what I've done with it. But they have these things, and they make these drumming noises, and people are cheering him, and they're cheering him, and Daniel gets the better, whacks him, and punches him, and beats him. And it's epic. I love it. I love the ending of Karate Kid 2. I love it. That is why I did not like the way Karate Kid 3 did it, because Karate Kid 3, they basically turned Daniel, what did they do? They turned him into a shitbag again. And in this, I think he had ducks, the fighting was a lot more better, it's shown a lot more mercy, and I love the scene where he says, life or death, when he batters the butter, and he says, death, one dancer, beep, and does the same thing what Mr. Biscuit did at the opening, and I love it, I love it. There are bits where I do wish this Sue come back and passes a role, but and the same as Daniel's mum and Elizabeth Sue were nowhere in the second one. But I think it's because, you know, he went more in China and it was to do with the honour of the family. But I do actually like the story. It's one of them, am I a Karate Kid man and am I a Karate Kid 2 man? Granted, I do think the original should have been a standalone film, but the second one, I have no problems. And again, I love the song, Fight for Your Honour. You know, I love it. I will fight for your honour. There was a music video in its day, but why it's not on the DVD, I do not know why. I do not know why. Again, you've got the special features. There's a making back in the day when the film come out, and you've got a couple of trailers. But this was a big hit in 1986, made a lot of money, but in my eyes, I like Karate Kid 2. I like it. Even my dog got excited there, but I like it. It's a good film. Is it as good as the first one? No, but I still think it's a good film. I felt they sort of just left it as two Karate Kid films, even though I felt the first one was good as a standalone film. But I still have no problems with Karate Kid 2. I have no problems whatsoever. But the third one, that's definitely going to be a rant. But until then, I'll see you soon.